Welcome all, welcome to this lecture of Advanced Java, and today we will be mm, having a revision of Java subject. So let me go to the poll that specifically I have asked people to submit. So this is the poll. So go ahead guys, start putting in your topics, open the poll. I have given the link to you people in the chat box. Okay. Please refer this link. Okay, I'm again giving it to you all. Please open that link and respond to this. Which topics you are not comfortable with in Java? Writing, what kind of writing? I can see writing is there. What writing? Java effects, maybe overriding and overloading. Okay. Java effects, abstract, objects, classes, interface. Okay. Encapsulation. It should be encapsulation. Class. Okay. So most of you are not comfortable with class. Okay. Okay. Please don't put whole Java syllabus. Okay. Okay. I can see most of you don't know Java effects, and many people don't know exception handling also. Okay. So that is and strings. Okay. Strings, interfaces, exception handling. These are some of the most common ones. Okay. Okay. Encapsulation is also there. Fine. So let me do one thing. Uh, okay. So let me now, and I'm stopping this poll. Okay. And there it is. So there are lots of inputs you people have given me. So let's start with some basic concepts today, like encapsulation. Okay. Let us start with things like encapsulation. Then let's see what is a class. Okay, fine. So let's go to that part. Okay. So what I will do is now I will lock this so that it is not accessible. Okay. Okay, guys. So okay. Now let me do one thing. Let me start the NetBeans. Okay. Before we start, make sure, guys. Before we start, make sure you people have Java installed uh, in your machine. And to check that, what I will do, tell you is, what I will show you is, try to do something like this. You open a command prompt. Okay. So open the command prompt and try to check what Java version it is. Okay. If this command runs, it means your Java runtime environment is working. So it will show the Java version of your JRE, Java runtime environment. There is another command that is saying Java C minus version. So this shows you the version of your Java compiler. If this command gives you an output, it means you will be able to do development. And if the previous command is giving the output, it means you will be able to run your Java applications. So if you want to do development, make sure the second command also runs. Okay. And whenever you install Java, okay, you have to add the path. So I will show you where the Java is installed and how to add the path. So if you go to the PC, your PC, and then you go to C drive, and that you go to program files, and that you go to Java. So here your Java is installed. So here you can see that two folders are there, JDK and JRA, right? So you open JDK and you go to bin. All the Java application, all the commands are put over here. So Java and Java C command, both commands are put over here only. Okay. So now what we will do is we will basically we will be taking this path, we copy this path, and I'll go to this PC, I'll right click on it, I'll click on properties. Okay, so here I go to advanced system settings. Okay, where do I go? I go to advanced system settings over here. Okay, at this location. And when I click on this advanced system settings, it opens the system properties. Then I have to go over here. I have to go over here in environment variables at this place. Okay, so I click on it, and now you can see there are two types of variables over here. One is user variable and another is system variables. Okay, so if we go to see the uh, user variables, there is a path variable and also a class path variable. Okay, and here in system variables you will see various other types of variables, like specifically in system variable here you have path and also Java home. You can even put class path over here and Java home. So this Java home is very much necessary. You can see this is the path of JDK folder without bean, and here inside this path your bean folder's path will come. If I open this, so see, if you don't put it over here, then it's okay. Why? Because system variable works for everybody. If you put it in system variables, then it's okay. Okay, and then you don't need to put the path over here. Okay, so let me open this path, and here you can see that I have put the path as specifically inside this environment variable path. I have put this bean folders path. Okay, so this will basically do what? This will specifically be accessed whenever we give Java and Java C commands on the command prompt. Okay, make sure after you install Java, your bean folders path, JDK's bean folders path is put over here. Okay, and also make sure that your Java home variable is also made, which is not having bin folder. Okay, the bin folder path is simply this much. Here you say slash and bin. That's it. So this bin folder path is used to invoke the Java and Java C commands. Okay, and this whole path is taken as a Java home, specifically referred by all the IDE. Okay, so make sure your path is ready. Okay, and what is class path basically? Well, this class path works for your programs. Okay, so whenever you make a Java class and whenever you try to run it, so first thing is this class path where JRA will search your classes. Okay, so let me start with a simple program. Okay, so let me ask you one more thing. Let me ask you Okay, I am again giving you a poll link. Okay, try it out, guys. I'm again giving you a poll link. Okay, and so please try it out. Let me present that tab. Okay, yes, guys, please respond. Please respond to this particular. Okay, let me see how many of you know how to make a Java class. Okay, yes, guys, please reply. How many of them replied? I'm again putting the link address in the chat box for those who say it's not working. Please go ahead and try it out. Okay, I can see 40%, approximately 40% of people say that they don't know how to make a Java class. Okay. Okay, so okay, make it fast, guys. Reply to it fast. Okay, guys. So I just now lock that. Okay, so I can see there are about 45% of people saying that they don't know how to make a Java class. Okay, fine. So let's start with a simple Java class procedure. Okay, let me again present my screen. And let's go to an IDE, that is an integrated development environment. This is NetBeans. So here, how do you start? See, this is the start page, okay. And if I go to file, I'll find two things, either new project or new file. So I'll go with starting a project. I'll say new project, okay. And here there are lots of options available to me. Over here you can see Java, JavaFX, UML, Java Web, Java EE. So normally we will be going for this Java Web. Whenever we start our advanced Java programming, okay, specifically in servlets, JSPs, JSF and all, okay. And if you want to run simple networking based or simple console based JDBC applications, then you may make a Java project, okay. So let's refer this Java. Let's click on this Java, and here we'll say Java application. So we have selected a Java application. We want to create a Java application. This creates a Java standard edition application, not enterprise edition, but standard edition. Okay. And here I will give the name as my app01. Okay. And let's browse the location for this. The location for this should be let's create a new project over here. Let's give it the name as Gen001 Java practice programs, and let's. So here you are saying it's saying create a main class. Yes, well, let's create a main class. By clicking this, it will create a main class also for us. Okay. If you click this part, this will create a two things. What? One is your package, and another is your class. So this is the folder name in which your class will be created by this thing. Okay. So check this out. This is my app project. Okay. Check this out. What happens over here is it has created a Java project folder named as my app01. And this source packages is the folder where your Java files will be kept. You can see inside the source packages you have this my app01 package, which is nothing but a simple folder, and then your my app01.java file is there, which is nothing but the main file that is to be run in this application. And then it has got libraries. You can see JDK 1.8 libraries are involved because we need that libraries in order to run this particular project. Okay. And here you can see that a skeleton code has been made ready by NetBeans. This is a skeleton code. Skeleton code means an empty code made ready for you. You can see package name has been defined, and many things have been commented. So let's remove the extra comments. You can also use those comments if you want to use it for documentation purposes. Okay. Now see, here is your my app class, and this is your main method. Now why do we need main method? We need main method because we want to test this particular class. We want to test this class by making its objects and all. Okay. So the main method is always used to test a class. Otherwise, main method is not compulsory. But yes, if you want to run that class as a standalone class, then you will need a main method. And main method has four things: public, static, void, and main. So public means this main method can be invoked by your Java runtime environment. And typically you say, when you give this command Java and my app01. So what will happen is this thing, this part basically invokes the Java command, and this is the class name. So it searches, this command searches for this particular class name. Where does it search? It searches in the class path. Okay, and uh, since this main has to be invoked directly and no object of this class needs to be created, so what do we need to do? We make it static so that no object of this class needs to be created by Java runtime environment that we are invoking. Okay, how do we invoke Java runtime environment? By this Java command. So that should not need to create this my app01 class object. That's why we are making it static. So you can directly invoke my app01 then dot main. Okay, in that way we can directly invoke. Understood? Why means it does not return anything. Main should not return anything since Java runtime environment will not make use of that thing if you return it. And it takes the arguments. If you have given any command line arguments over here, those will be put into an array. Those will be put into an array form. Okay, and that array will be given to this args. Okay, understood? So that's how your Java command works, and that's how your public static void main works. So here, what you can do is here you can this is a class. This class can also have properties, right? So there can be a property like int number, then string name, okay, and you can even say float price. Okay, so now these three properties are basically the instance properties of this class. Okay, so instance properties means basically whenever you make this class, when you make an object of this class, then these three properties will be assigned to that particular object. So see, this is a class on my app. I have 01 and it has got three properties, which number, which is nothing but int, then main, which is nothing but string, and then price, which is nothing but float, right? And now when you make its object, okay, when you make its object, typically that object, this object will basically look something like this. Okay, where you specify its let's say it will be m, it will be of type my app01. This is the object. Okay, and then you have some values assigned to its variables, like number may be having some value, name may be having some value, and price may also be having some value, like yeah. So how do we see, this is what this is, the class. What is this? This is instance, or we can say object. What do you mean by instance? Instance means at particular instance. So this is the object state at a particular instance of time. Okay, that's why it is called as an instance. So this state may also change. For example, this number can be, instead of it can be from 1, it can become, let's say, 10. Then this price may also become, let's say, for example, this price may become 10,000. Okay, and this name can also change, for example, ABCD, right? So now your instance state has changed. Okay, and how does the state change? When the properties of that object change. Okay, so these properties are nothing but simple instance variables. Okay, and how do we define that these are instance variables? Because here we do not have the static keyword. Like here in main method we have static keyword, right? For main is a static method, but these are not static variables. So we need to define its what? Object. Okay, we need to define its object. Let me just save this part. Class 001. 01. This is class 01. Okay. So now let's do one thing. How we will do? What we'll do is we'll make its object. How do we make its object? By saying my app 01. Okay, m is equal to new my app 01, and then we will say m dot number is equal to, we'll assign some values 10. M dot number is equal to 10. Then m dot what? Name is equal to ABC. Then m dot price is equal to 100 point, or let's say 10.50. Okay, so this is not allowed because this has to be casted to float. Now it will go. Okay. So now if we want to print these values, then we'll simply use system dot out dot println. Okay, and here what we'll do, here we'll print the values like m dot number. Okay, and we'll print also some string with it. So we say number is this. Okay, and okay, we have not added the concatenation operator. That is number, and then we will print name, and then we will print price. M dot number, M dot name, and M dot price. So if we run this thing, then you will get to see that these three values are being assigned to the this particular object. You can see over here that these three things are being printed. Number 10, name ABC, price 1.5. Okay. So this is a very simple what object creation. We created an object myapp1 which has got three properties, three instance variables, and those three instances. So what we do? We created the object, we populated the object by assigning the values to its instance variables, and then we accessed it. Okay. Okay. So what change can we make in this program? Tell me. You will suggest what change will we make in order to what all other Java functionalities or Java fundamentals can be applied to this particular program. Let's start with a very simple kind of Java fundamental. Tell me, which will we will apply? Yes, guys, I'm waiting for your chat. Put it in the chat box. What can we apply in this particular example? In this particular example, yes, what shall we apply? Which Java fundamental can still we apply? We have scope to apply. Tell me. I'm waiting for your answer in the chat box. Come on guys, go ahead. You people will tell and I'll try to do it. Come on. Yes? Anyone? Please reply in the chat box. We can make new. Udit is saying we can make a new class for variables. Okay. Fine. We can make a new class. So here we will make a new class, class A, and these three variables can be put over there. Okay. That's it. And then use in main function. Yes, that's right. So now this A class will be used over here. That's it. You see, only simple change. One change has been made. That's it. Okay, was it? So that's done. I made a simple class, declared the variables inside it, and then have used it in main. Any other suggestion, guys? What do you want to say? Go ahead. Let's see how to implement various functionalities of, or how to implement various fundamentals of Java. So very good, Rudy. That's good. You suggested very good thing. You suggested that you make a new class and use it inside main. So we did it like that. New class for variables. Anything else you people would like to add to this? Yes, guys. So Udit has given the answer. Now someone else will give reading input from console. Okay, that's a good thing. We can even use. So which class would we use, Neha? Can you suggest? Which class would we use for reading the input? You suggest, I will implement that. Scanner. Okay. Which package is it is available from? Tell me. Import. Where from shall I import it? Import java dot what? Okay, that's very good. Java.util.scanner. Okay. Right. So what I will do is, instead of these three lines, I'll ask it from the user. Okay. So basically, this is not a Java fundamental. This is a programming fundamental that you use. You read the input from user. This is a very basic programming fundamental that people do in most of the programming languages. So this is not a specific Java programming fundamental. I want you people to tell about Java programming fundamental. No matter what, I will implement this. So here what we will do is, here we will put, here we will say enter the number. Okay, this is what, and we will use print, not println, and here we can use new line. Enter the number, enter the name of item, and we will say price of item. Okay, these three, and this, how will we read it? We will read it into, yes, m dot number is equal to scanner dot let's make an object of scanner class. We'll say next int, then for here we will say what? M dot name is equal to sc dot next, which will be string. Okay, and then again here we will say m dot price is equal to C dot next. Done. So this input has been taken, and if we run this, then obviously it will ask us some number, then name, price, and that's it. We are successfully now able to read the input from the user and output it. So this is particularly the input part, and this is particularly the output part. Most of our programs have been like this only. Till now, you people have mostly done this kind of programming only, where you take some input and in between you do some processing and then you provide the output. You see that? Input, processing, output. That is what is the life cycle of normally the programs that you people have designed till now. But that will not be the case in advanced Java. Okay. So make sure you people don't blindly follow this only. Okay. Fine. Let me see what has other Udit has said. Okay, Udit, you have already answered once. You suggested once, but still no problem. I mean, seeing what is it? If we have same name of variable in main method, we have to use this keyword. This keyword to keyword. It is keyword, not keyboard. That is this keyword. Yes, that this keyword has to be used. That's right. So that this keyword is basically used in case of constructor. So nobody asked constructor. Right? User-defined function. Paris is going for user-defined function. But why? What about constructor? Constructor is the first thing, right? So let's make a constructor of class A. Class A. And this is which kind of constructor? No argument constructor. A, not class A. Sorry, simply A. This is no argument constructor. Nothing inside it. So here we can assign either don't assign anything or simply assign some values. Okay. And we can also have a parameterized constructor. What kind of parameterized constructor? By providing three values: entry number, name, and load price. Now what happens here? You can use this dot number is equal to number, and this dot name is equal to name, and this dot price is equal to price. Now see, so what happens over here is when you specifically write it like this in this class A, and you say that check this out, what happens is here this is a class A, okay, and in this we have three instance variables and we have two constructors. One is no argument constructor, another is parameterized constructor. Okay, this is what? No arg constructor. Okay, and this is what? This is parameterized. Why it is called parameterized? But because it has got parameters, it accepts some parameters. Okay, this is parameterized constructor and this is no argument constructor. Okay, so here what happens is whenever we make a call like this in our code, a simple A object, let's call it A1 equal to new A. In this case, we pass some number, then some string, and then some number. So what happens when we make a call like this? So this will obviously, this part will invoke this parameter as constructor, because this parameter has to be passed, right? And then this number, this 1 will be passed to this number, this AB will be passed to this name, this price 10.5 will be passed to this price, Okay, and so now what happens is, before invoking this constructor, the compiler makes three different variables. Three local variables are created inside for using inside this constructor. Okay. So these local variables are different than these three variables. Okay. So obviously, what happens is that when you take the name as price in between these two parameters, okay, and it obviously refers to this price and not to this price. Understand? Because it first refers to the local variable. So in order to refer to this particular price, we have to say this dot price. What is this variable? This variable refers to the current object that is being invoked. Okay, this is also called as variable, or this is also called as this operator. So using this variable, can access the current object which is being invoked. So which object is this? This object which is being created by this new A. So what will happen is an empty object will be created, and then your control will go to this particular constructor in order to populate the variables, and these variables values will be populated over here. Okay. This is how it works. Okay guys, so this is an example of what a simple constructor. Let's save this part. Okay, if you want to put user-defined function, there is one user-defined function that let's not put user-defined function. Let's put a toString function. Do you know about toString function? Yes, guys, tell me. Do you know about toString function or toString method? Not the function. Here we will call it as method. Yes. Okay, Rajan, what does it do? Tell me. So it is something like this, probably. So now see what happens. Let me show you one thing. If we have created this A object, we have taken some variables for it, right? And now, so let me do one thing. Let me just let me create a object like this. Now here three variables I have created. I have taken its values, and then what I will do is I will create an A object A1 is equal to new A, and here I will pass all these three: number, name, and price. Let's keep one thing, and let's keep the variables like this. Keep variables like I know, and aim, and PR. Okay, so we pass these three values, three variables to this A constructor, which is parameterized constructor of this A class, right? And then we just print it out. Here we say A1, A1, A1. Now, if you simply print this A out, what will happen? Check this out. If you simply print this A object directly, if you print it, let me print like A1. Directly, if you give it to print ln, see what happens. So number 10, name is ABCD, price is 10.30. Now check this out, what has happened over here. Here you have taken the input, And then inside the output, what happens? Check this out. Here you can see that number, name and price have printed, but this object has been printed like this. When we give directly the object to the system.out.println and it prints like this. What is it printing? Tell me. What is it printing? Basically what is it printing is, first it is printing the class name, this is the class name, and then it prints the specifically, sorry, this is not the class name, this is the package name. Then comes the class name, check this out, this is the class name, A is the class name. And there is then this at the rate, and after at the rate whatever comes, okay, after at the rate whatever comes, that thing is nothing but the hash code of that particular object. The hash code which represents that object. Okay. So now what if we want to directly print it? So object does not have any specific thing, right? This object has got the structure that we have given. So that object can be printed directly by calling toString function. And that toString function is called whenever you give that object to the any println statement. So we will have to implement it. We will have to override it. Public string to string. This is the simple function. It will return what? It will return something like this. That is up to us. How do we return it? So we say number and no, then concat it with name and concat it with name and concat it with price. That is concatenated with price. Number concatenated with name concatenated with price. These statements. These whole string will be returned by calling this toString. Now you see, check this out. When we call this A1, what happens? Check the output. 10 CD 5, and now you can see the output over here, specifically in this line. I split inside, you can see that number and name price have come as a string. This is the string that I created. You see, this is a string that we returned using which method? Using toString method. This is the toString method given by the object class. I hope you will remember the object class. Object class is the class which is the super class of each and every user defined class or each and every class inside Java. Right? By default, that is a super class. So that is toString method is given from that object class, and we are simply overriding it and providing our own interpretation of this object whenever that object has to be converted into string and whenever it has to be invoked into a println statement. So whenever that object needs to be created to a string object, this toString method gets called. Obviously, when we put it into println, this toString method gets called, and that's why this is the result. You see? So we learned some topics today. Tell me what did we learn? Yes, guys. Can you put it into a chat box? What did we learn today? Yes. And this a simple, very simple program. Tell me. Please put it in the chat box. Make it fast, guys. Come on. What did we learn today? Constructor, that's right. Constructor also, there are two types. One is a simple no argument and the another will be parameterized. This simple no argument constructor can have, you know what, it can have any values. It can also be used to populate, okay. can also be used to populate. Here we don't need these. Okay. So I can see people are saying that we have learned constructor, toString, class, scanner class. Okay, very good. So that's it for today, guys. Let me now just stop the presentation. Okay, I stop the recording now. If you're in doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, you will continue. Thank you.